NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runners Alley. We're here at the beginning of the boys race now for Division 1. And the girls race for Division 1 was really tight. We're here with Coach Amy Samore from Londonderry. What's your pick for that, Amy? What'd you see?
I think it's really tight, but I think I'd probably have to go with Pinkerton.
Jimmy, you agree with that?
Yep, I think Pinkerton squeezed out Exeter.
They weren't certainly at the mile. They were not that way, but through that second mile, they really came on strong, which Pinkerton is famous for doing. They came down that second mile, and I think they have the edge. I think Salem had a nice group, but I think they were a little too far back. And I think Exeter had a couple up there, and I think it's going to be close, but I still go Pinkerton.
Yeah. Too bad for Girton, too. They had the two up there, and then they just fizzled after that.
Too bad for Callie Coffin also, talking with her coach. Sounds like it was an undiagnosed stress fracture or beginning of one last year, and then it obviously reared its ugly head this season, and she's out for the next 6 weeks. And that's too bad for New Hampshire too, because she obviously was one of the top runners going into New England's or a Nike Cross Regionals or a Foot Locker. So,
yeah, completely agree. It kind of made the individual performances up there. You know, the Caroline Fisher and Caroline Toll had a great race, but it would have been fun to see them challenged a little bit. And Callie Coffey certainly would have done that.
I would say conditions weren't that bad for the girls' race.
No, they really weren't too bad. It's a little chilly, but for them running, it really wasn't too bad. I don't see too many, muddy spots out there right now, but no, it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for Division 2, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got here right now for the guys, Jim?
Well, you got to go with, Concord is the returning favorite. They're loaded, but you can't sleep on anybody on a day like today.
Yep.
I mean, you've got wind, rain, everything coming down. You got Keene and Winnicunnet, Pinkerton, Londonderry. They're all looking at knocking
the heavy
off.
favorites obviously are Concord.
Yeah,
they have the number one all season and the defending champions, and they have their sights set on the next couple weeks, obviously.
Absolutely.
And if you notice too, if you might be able to see on your camera, a lot of kids are wearing hats. The uniform rule has been relaxed. They still have to have their jerseys on and be very apparent, but because of the weather, the NHIAA and the officials are relaxing the uniform rule. They are allowed to wear hats, they're allowed to wear gloves, they're basically allowed to wear anything as long as it doesn't cover up their jersey. So it looks like we're about to get started here. If Winnicunnet's 5th comes up, you never know what can happen.
You never know. And Keene is a sleeper too. So, and Pinkerton, Mike Clark, he's always got them going. So we'll see what happens. Still got to run the race. I don't care who's the favorite. You still got to run the race.
Yeah. So my early guess is, I think, assuming everybody is kind of where we think they are, Concord will take it away, and it's going to be a real tight battle for second.
I agree. Who do you got for individual, Amy? Keep in mind, Jimmy McKenzie's right next to you.
I defer.
I actually think it's going to be a battle between a couple Concord guys for the win.
Well, I think there's a group of guys it's going to be.
Which is also nice. I'd watch out for Colin Donnelly, who's been coming on as well.
Yeah, Donnelly, Joe Gagnon, Curran, Heenan, they're all tough.
Yeah,
you never know on a day like today.
Heenan, here we go, guns up.
Winslow.
Will Heenan and Jake Winslow, both are injured early in the season. They could come.
Hey, Caroline Fisher was injured most of the season. Look how good she just did.
I think
she won.
Top, so.
Yeah, Londonderry could be the sleeper here too, because honestly, they haven't had their full team 100% healthy until right about now.
Yep. There always seems to be a Nashua South leading the way. I don't know why.
Let's go, Salem! All right, we'll see you at the mile mark.
All right, and we can see our leaders coming around the turn. That looks like Forrest as well as Eli. See 2 Concords out in front. White with that big C. See Exeter's first. That should be Winslow as well. As they head through this big puddle right here. Still very early. Looks like Concord's pack is playing pretty conservative. They're sitting in about top 15, top 20 area before they start working. Still very tight as we check in at the 1 mile.
Okay. All right, here we are at the mile mark. I'm with Amy Samore again. And I would expect to see a Concord pack towards the front and then sprinkle with some blue and some blue.
I think there's going to be some people right on them. I certainly don't think there's going to be a runaway at this point. There's a lot of them that want it, so we'll see.
It'll be really interesting to see how they come off. So, hey, there's Keene. We did not even talk about Keene. Why did we not talk about Keene? Velasquez is taking the lead, and he's putting down the hammer on Bess Jining and Forrest McKenzie and Jake Winslow. And it's Colin Donnelly in 5th. Curran 2 more Keene. Right now, Keene's being Concord. Really early. Will Heenan's biding his time. Gagnon. Winnett looking great like we expected. Concord's going to have to start making that move up, but I think that's part of their plan. What do you think?
I think it's Concord easy right now. Their pack is way up there.
And they're looking
Londonderry's got a pack right here, but they're just too far back right now.
Lot can happen. Lot can happen up top.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw that in the girls' race. Pinkerton was definitely not winning down here, and by the time the second mile goes through, it just totally changes.
100%. I mean, they look like they're just really taking it easy the first mile,
Yeah,
and then they
I agree.
rip.
And they tend to do that, you know? I think you're going to see a whole different race coming down that hill.
They did that actually at Pelham a couple weeks ago. Even on a flat course, they did that.
Yeah,
They're really
absolutely.
a second half team.
Yeah, smart racing.
So, I mean, Keene looked like they're challenging Concord, but Concord has been losing at a couple races midway, and then they just kind of drop the hammer down and take the win.
Yeah, I think
So, and I would think that this would be the week that they take it a little bit easier. If
yeah,
they're
that's
looking
true.
at
They're
trying to
probably
take it
looking
easy.
at New England's, right?
Keene's guy was too far back.
Keene's 5th was probably too far back,
Way too far back.
so we'll see. That's what you saw, and that's
Yeah,
what you were thinking.
yep, I agree.
And we see our leader, Jake Velasquez from Keene. Good surge up this hill. He's got about a 15-meter lead right now on Forrest McKenzie, Eli Besh Dining. Also have Jake Winslow in the mix from Exeter. Warriors first, that's Colin Donnelly. Keene's second, North's first. Keene's third, Keene's fourth. This is looking like it's going to be a good battle between Keene and Concord. Right now, Keene has the edge over Concord. Concord has a back 5. They've got the 2 low numbers, but Keene's 1 better than it. Should be very close, but right now you got to give the edge to Keene. Factor could play in though. Concord runs this course for Manchester Invite. Keene does not. Not sure how that will play in. We'll go check how the standings look at the 2 mile.
Let's go! Let's go, Jake!
And it looks like we have kept our leader, Jake Velasquez of Keene, just a few seconds behind Forrest McKenzie, Eli Besh Dining, as well as Jake Winslow, excuse me. So that's 1 for Keene, 2 for Concord. Again, the trails back there narrow a bit, as we do see those 4 leading it quite a bit coming out. Colin Donnelly, Will Heenan. Now we have Keene's second, Keene's third. Concord's third. That's Keene's 4th, but Concord's 4th and 5th, as well as their 6th. So Concord has moved up on the Keene pack. Again, we're just a little bit in front of that 2 mile, and it looks like Concord has taken control of the race. Other teams we got to keep an eye on: Winnicott, Londonderry, Pinkerton. Those should all be up there as well. Again, top 7 teams today advance to meet a champions, as well as the top 30 individuals. Definitely not a day for any type of course record, but these boys are giving it all they got through this rain. 2 miles in, these boys are pretty warm though.
Okay, downhill, okay! Okay, start this move.
Definitely a lot of excitement today, even with the weather.
You guys gotta go! Gotta get to Zach right now, get to Zach! Get down and go, get down and go! Downhill! Downhill! Trevor, yes! Downhill!
Numbers starting to thin out now. Gonna throw it down to Tim Cox with the finish line call.
Okay, here we are at the finish line. You can't see it's out of camera, but right now Forrest McKenzie has turned the door, and actually hot on his heels is Exeter's Jake Winslow. And that's kind of what we were talking about, Amy, that could actually happen today. He's coming off of injury, but he's a thoroughbred. And then battling for third, it looks like it is Besh Dining and Jake Velasquez from Keene. We do see white hats from Concord, and they look like they have this under control. But we're just gonna have to see when they come across the finish line.
Looks like Mackenzie's making a move. He's really pulling away from Winslow.
He's known for his strong moves for sure. So we'll just kind of see how this plays out.
Looks like we got a Keene uniform.
Keene and Best Dining battling it out. That's Velasquez.
Third and fourth.
And it looks like Will Heenan is fifth, like we talked about too. So the two kids that had a hard time. And Colin Donnelly is
There's
sixth.
Gagnon and Pinkerton, I believe, is right
Yep,
there.
and Kern's right behind him. So there you go, right there.
But again, anything can happen in this last couple hundred meters.
Correct.
That pack is coming on.
And
If
then
he doesn't go now, then that whole group of three might go right by him.
Winnicott second, Keene second, Keene's
Another
third,
Keene, yeah.
Concord's third. This is about Concord's fourth.
Now we're looking on that fifth. If,
we're
his fifth, if their fifth can come in,
And the report we saw is their fifth was a little bit back, so I think it would be Concord. But here we come. Forrest McKenzie coming in 15:40. He's going to try to break 16 minutes on this kind of day. That's pretty good. Your 2018 Division I state champion, Forrest McKenzie, coming through in 15:51 and change. Jake Winslow not from nowhere. He's a stud.
no, he's a
But
stud for sure.
great run by Jake. 15:58. Yeah, he's
That's a
pretty
nice
excited.
first second right there. Nice first second.
Exactly. So now here we go. Velasquez looks like he's won the battle with Best Dining. He's going to be third. Best Dining is going to be fourth. But Kern's coming on strong around the
They
corner,
are.
battling
One of
Heenan.
them got Heenan, so Heenan's going to be
Here comes Gagnon.
sixth.
Velasquez is coming through in 16:20. Kern's going to get Best Dining. 16:25 to 16:26. Heenan coming back from an injury. 16:30. Gagnon 16:31. That's two Keens. Colin
Another
Donnelly locking up.
Couple Winnicott's.
That's Concord's
Another
third.
Winnicott come in.
Concord, so Keene has three, and
I
Concord
think
has
this is Concord 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah, Concord's got
Concord
it.
has definitely got it. They've definitely cemented it.
Yep.
I think that was Sullivan from Exeter coming in, or Vanderslice.
There's another Winnicott. Is that 4 for Winnicott?
That's 4 for Winnicott, and that's been their thing all year.
Londonderry second. So Londonderry's in trouble here with Winnicott.
For second, right? We were talking Pinkerton. Pinkerton has 2-3 in. That's 3 in for Pinkerton. That's 4 in for Pinkerton. Pinkerton might be second.
We're missing
Well,
Griffin
Keene,
from Londonderry.
is this Keene's fourth right here?
I think
fifth?
I think that might be their fourth.
That might be their fourth or fifth. Here's Dave Cook. Griffin, 17-14, 17-15.
And there's Londonderry's fifth, but that's Pinkerton. So I think Pinkerton's going to have Londonderry.
Keene was right there. Who's second? That's my question, because I think Keene was right in there. Here's Fisher from Merrimack coming through. We're at 17:33. Who's second, Pinkerton or Keene?
I might have to go with Keene.
Keene's fifth, moved up, I
Oh, no, that's tight. That's a tough one.
think. Is this Winnicott's fifth right here?
That might be their sixth.
Is that their sixth? This is another Winnicott with the Merrimack. So Concord definitely cemented their second title
that's
in a
an
row.
easy win for
That's it,
Concord,
that's it. I mean, that was definitely a battle through 4, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Keene definitely came to play where we kind of knew they were that good. Just need that confirmation at state meet that seems to come every year.
Yeah, got it.
You see another Winnicott, then that means that they were. That's
There's
another Winnicott.
Yeah, so it was their fifth. So
was
they're
their
too
fifth.
far back to be.
So I would say Keene or
Pinkerton.
Kane and Pinkerton are battling for 2.
Yeah.
And then Concord,
maybe
Winnicott and Londonderry.
Yeah.
Although I think Londonderry has their
Londonderry's
5
group was
in.
way up
Yeah, group
compared
is.
to Winnicott's fifth.
I agree. This is now getting to finally be cross country weather. Before it wasn't. I mean, when
Yeah.
girls ran, it was pretty easy.
It's gonna get worse.
Your freshman did pretty well today. Were you pretty happy with her?
Yeah, she made it to Meet of Champions first time out on the D1 course. So
Yeah, we
she
should-
hasn't run the full Dairyfield course. This is the first time. So
Should say top 25, make it in division, finish in the top 25. You're automatically Meet of Champions. The top 7,
top 30, right?
top 30 for
Top 30 D1.
That's right. You guys get more than everybody else.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and then top 17s.
Top 7, yep.
And then when we go to Division 2, it's top 25 and top 6 teams. And Division 3, I think still is top 25, isn't it? Or is it top
I think there's
20?
a 20.
Might be 20, but top
Might be
5
20,
teams.
and yeah, I think so.
I always think team first in
Me too.
cross
That's
country.
why I knew the 7, but I'm pretty sure it's the 30.
So great race. I mean, honestly, I think the course is in great condition. The city of Manchester has done a great job, especially with the finish line area.
There's definitely some sticky spots out there, but really they did a nice job of taking care of them.
With all the rain this fall?
Knowing that this weather was going to come in today.
Yep.
By the end of the day, for sure, 6 races on this course. It's going to be muddy, but I think they did a real nice job of doing what they can to prepare for today's day.
There's definitely a crew here at 6 a.m. in the morning. It takes a team effort with City of Manchester setting up the stage and everything. It's just coming together nicely with the challenge of this weather. And the winds are starting to pick up just in time for D3.
Just in time for D3.
We're sitting at 20:06 at this point. We'll just kind of let you enjoy the last finishers coming across, and then we'll see you for D3.
113. 114.